everybody, it's Irene with BrainStormAcres, and I'm in the greenhouse. Just got out here this morning. This is my second trip out here this morning. First trip was turning off the heater a little earlier this morning. Actually quite a bit earlier. And I'm going to do my opening for the day. I'm going to start filling these barrels with water. This is empty, and this is about 2/3 full. So time to fix that problem. So here we go. The greenhouse, still looking pretty darn good. Jack just wandered back out the door. Hey, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Sniffing the world? Sniffing the world, I want to get off. Let's see, we need a pump and a hose. There's the hose. There's the pump. Hey, Jack. Quit wandering around, dude. Got the hose attached to the pump. I'm going to clamp this on here so that it doesn't fly out when I turn on the water. And now I have to attach the other hose to the tank and electric to the pump and get everything all set. And I am definitely getting too warm. Jack! Come on, Mr. Dude, where are you wandering? Says you're sniffing everything, huh? Everything? Electric source, and here comes the other hose. That hose always wants to get tangled. Okay, there's water in the hose. Let's get this part of the blasted hose untangled because it always does this. Plug in the the pump, and we're running, and that's good. And I would say the water just hit the pump. I don't see any active leaks, which is good. Sometimes the hose is not on tight enough. Let's go up here, Jack, and check the water in the greenhouse. Come on. Whew. There we are. Let's see if we have water. And we just started having water. Excellent. Whew. And it's definitely too warm in here. So, I have to shift off a level cloth. It is 45 outside. But 45 is a good temperature to work if you're being physically active. You can work up a sweat. The problem with that is, if you work up a sweat, then you're going to be cold later. Jack has decided it's time for a walkabout. So, we'll need to fix that. I have 1.5 feet here before that overflows, so I'm going to go find Jack and either get him in the house or get him to come in here. One of the two. Hey, come on! Come on, dude! Oh, you want to lay in the sun? It's warmer in the greenhouse. I'd be happy if you laid closer so I could see you. Okay, Jack has decided he's going to lay in the sun. I don't blame him. It's nice out there this morning. It's really lovely in the sun. Chilly in the shade. Okay. So, while that is filling, I'm going to harvest broccoli. There's nothing I hate more than planting vegetables like a week after they've gone past their best. People do that all the time. It happens to everyone. Some people are better at it than others. Sometimes it just means they need new glasses or they need to clean their glasses, and sometimes it means they need to pay more attention. I consider it to be a crime, whether we're talking green beans or whether we're talking broccoli. Got to watch the water, don't want to overflow it. Almost. So soon as it gets about another inch of water in here, I will switch barrels. I like to fill them up to about there. If it goes a little above that, that's fine, but I want it to be full and not a lot of wasted space. Our quantity of water use has gone up this last couple of weeks because we're getting some sun, and when we get sun, we will see the plant. It's hotter in here, so the plants get thirsty more. Even though these barrels are supposed to be the same, they're not really. They were bought at different times. Okay, so I have plenty of space in here. It's only up to about here. Okay, so back to trimming and watering. Each one of these buckets probably gets about 3 cups to a quart or more of water a day. I do it based on the look of the soil, the look of the plants, and this problem with the way our benches are set this year has been our biggest problem. It's hard for me to get back here easily in water. Before I had so many plants over there that I really couldn't, and that was a problem. That was bad. Now what I will do is when I'm pulling water from the system here to water the plants, I will not use water from any of the full barrels. I will be using water from the barrel that I'm currently filling usually. Now it's filling a bucket for me, and I'll go back to harvesting veggies. Now, these were very thoroughly harvested not that long ago, but I did notice that there was some shoots that needed to be harvested yesterday when I was in here. So that seemed like a good thing to do today while I'm filling water barrels. Oh man. Whole section of them down here. Neat. And those all came off one plant, and there's still more there, but I want to check my bucket. I don't want to overfill it. Now this bucket has a reservoir in the bottom of it to hold it to hold extra water. It's called a wicking tote. So does this one. So if I pour extra water in here, it simply goes into a reservoir at the bottom that the plants can draw from. Because this bucket has so many plants in it, it actually uses a whole lot more water than some of the other ones do. So I'm very generous with that one. Oh, that's all kohlrabi. Hi, you still enjoying your sunspot? He says yes. What's funny is when he flopped over that time, he stuck his head in the snow pile. Goofy dogs, goofy. And you'll see me water some of these more than once. It's because I'm trying to get them to really absorb. So I'll put a couple of cups in of water in it, especially the ones that I still have a few in here that don't have saucers. So I don't want the water just pouring around. So those take more applications of water. Because I water them and then I'll come back when that water's soaked down in and I'll water them again. These plants that I'm harvesting from here are the ones that we harvested from first in November. This is where we got our broccoli for Thanksgiving. So yeah, so I'm careful to water them and fertilize them every week. They get watered more than once a week based on the temperature, and they get fertilized once a week with a little 20-20-20, and about every other time I hit them with a little micro boost too. If you're wondering where I get my 20-20-20 and my micro boost, I get that from Hoss Tools. And if you need stuff and you go to Hoss Tools, the first time you buy $25 or more, if you use the connections in the show notes, including the code, you'll get a free packet of seeds. After your first free packet of seeds, you don't get any more seeds, but we get credit for having introduced you guys to Hoss Tools. Doesn't cost you a dime, but Hoss Tools says thank you to us for talking to people about all the great veggies they sell. And the other supplies too, because we get our seed starting trays from them. We get our seed starting soil from them. We get most of our fertilizers. I guess pretty much all of our fertilizers, unless it's an emergency. Forgot this was a short bucket. So I have spilled, which is a sin. I'll make sure these guys get plenty of water because it's actually warm down here in this one spot on the floor. And they're producing a lot of side shoots. And these guys are our rutabagas, which are growing like crazy, so we want to make sure they have plenty of moisture. We were very thrilled. These are Laurentian rutabagas. We got their seeds from Hoss Tools last year, and we grew them for the first time last year. Oh my gosh, so delicious. We've always loved rutabagas, but we can't get great ones in the store here most of the time. So this is such a thrill. Now I have to figure out how I could possibly grow them here to get them for Thanksgiving. I don't think it's possible. Got too hot in the sun. It is warm in here, I have to admit. But the work still needs to be done. So these guys got a little too dry the other day, so I'm trimming off some dead ends on the leaves. I don't like the way it looks. That's just a tidy me thing.